Delaware officials joined together to kick off the health insurance marketplace sign-up period on Wednesday at the Northeast Wilmington location for Westside Family Health Care.
Health centers like Westside, we continue to play a critical role in ensuring our most vulnerable populations have access to insurance coverage. Our neighbors have come to count on us to dispel their fears, to be their trusted partner and source of information, and to connect them with a medical home once they receive coverage for care. With this short enrollment period, just 6 weeks this year, our enrollment team is even more committed than ever to ensure that all Delawareans have access to the in-person assistance that they need when and where they need it.
10 years ago, we didn't have an Affordable Care Act, and we had about 110,000 people in our state, 11 to 12% of the population that didn't have health insurance. And these are people that basically went to work every day, and they weren't able to get health, and they didn't qualify for Medicaid, and they weren't able to get health insurance from their employer, which is the system that we have here in the United States, where most folks get their insurance coverage from their employer. And so they fell through the cracks and they went uninsured. And we know that people that don't have insurance, unless they have access to places like Westside, and Westside can only provide that service if they get the financial support that they need, then they're not going to get the care that they need. And their health status isn't going to be what it could be. So it's important to have an event like this where we're getting the word out to the people that don't have insurance or those that need to be re-enrolled to get access to, I think the Delaware slogan is Choose Health DE. I think that's a perfect way of describing what we're asking Delawareans to do, is to choose health. Choose health by signing up for an insurance product through the marketplace. This is really, really important. If I think about the challenges that we face as a state, making sure that every single Delawarean has access to quality health care, that's got to be right up there at the top.
I'm here today to essentially say that the ACA is not dead, right? Sign up as soon as possible, because what we've seen in the past is folks will sign up at the last minute, it'll overwhelm the system, and there'll be significant issues with that. Unfortunately, in Delaware, the sign-up period has been cut in half. So today is a major day. November 1st is a major day because we have 45 days to get this done. We've seen all over the country, folks are confused. They don't know what to do. They think that the ACA is dead. And if we get anything out of this event today is to reiterate that it's not dead, that you must sign up and sign up soon.
As Secretary of Health and as a family physician, I've worked in settings like this and worked with people who both have access to some insurance coverage and also to people who are really trying to navigate systems who have no insurance coverage. And I'll tell you, having that insurance coverage really matters. It matters, and people will come to the doctor if they have a card. They will come to the doctor for their kids. They will make sure their elderly parents are getting access to preventive care. And that is really critical, and that's why we're here today. And we have to figure out how to be sure that more people have access to good health care. Because we know that if people just delay when they have illness or injury, bad things happen. People end up in the emergency room, they end up hospitalized, they end up with worse conditions that we could have prevented. And I am very concerned that if we don't encourage people to go on the marketplace, that people will delay their care. With only 6 short weeks versus the 12 weeks we had last enrollment season, we really need people to enroll or re-enroll. So choosehealthde.com to get information about Delaware's marketplace. We even have a penalty calculator so you can figure out how much you might owe if you decide not to get covered. And we have a list of all of the federal assisters and navigators who can help you navigate that are located at Westside Family Healthcare and at Chapman LLC.
This enrollment period, we know will be a challenge with only 6 weeks of open enrollment and only one insured in Delaware. Consumers are very confused. We fear a smaller number of consumers are going to enroll, and the negative information out there will certainly have a chilling effect on enrollment. We must get the word out that even though they may have heard on the news that the president will not pay the cost share reductions to the insurers, now here's a critical point they don't know, the insurers must still give the cost sharing reductions to the consumers. This is a passion for me to be able to get the word out, because I do believe that everyone should have accessibility to prevention and wellness and to healthcare as needed. I don't believe that this is a luxury or an option. I believe that it is a right.